This is your weekly real estate update for the greater Portland, Maine area. These are closed sales in the last 7 days, median numbers. Days on market ticked down a little bit to 6 days on market, so we're back below a week on the market. The list to sale ratio still at 100%. I'm guessing in the next 2 weeks we see that number go above 100%. The median sold price dropped a little bit to 492,000. And of course, the average 30-year fixed interest rate, 6.88%. So just a little bit higher than last week, but we've been really close to flat for about a month now. And your US inflation still at 2.39%. So last week in the US economy, it's more and more of the same. But just in the last couple of days, some big news that could have dramatic effect on the economy and real estate. Potential trade deal with China. When the details of that come out, we'll see how it affects consumer confidence, bond market, stock market. Potential ceasefire negotiated by the US between Ukraine and Russia, and a potential ceasefire between Pakistan and India, also negotiated by the United States reportedly. So if all three of those things come to fruition in the next week, I would expect to see a lot of movement in the market. I would expect to see a lot more confidence in the US economy. This past week, as expected, the Fed did hold the rate again. And I think those three things we just talked about will greatly affect whether the rate is held again in June. If all three go through, consumer confidence ticks up, you might see rates drop in June. Now moving a little bit more locally to the Maine real estate and economy. This past week in the Portland Press Herald, there was an article about multifamilies and rental properties in Portland and how people were sort of migrating out of the Portland area, opting for Lewiston, Auburn, both investors and individual buyers. Big reasons for that, of course, are rent control, regulations, and then pricing. In Portland and the greater Portland area, it's gotten so hard to do what you want to do. And as an investor or as a multifamily owner, a lot of people are nervous about, is this going to continue to get harder to do what I want with my property, to make the money I need to with my property? And they're moving away from the Portland area where it's already more affordable, and Lewiston, Auburn. So we've seen a lot more competition in those areas, the cap rates dropping. If you have questions about multifamily properties, how to house hack, how to make your property work for you, I've helped a ton of investors and people who have never bought a property before get into this. I would be honored to help you. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon.